Welcome to the 2350 Effect.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tuesday Meet the Presenter week. This is day 3 of the Virtual Wellness Summit Experience. I'm the co-host of the Virtual Wellness Experience, also the co-host and collaborator of the 2350 Effect and the co-founder of the 2350 Network. And I'm joined as always by Dr. Farron, who's my partner in the 2350 Network, the Virtual Wellness Experience, and the Work-Life Balance Summit. Dr. Farron, introduce yourself and tell people a little bit more about you.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here with you again on Tuesday night. Now, I'm normally saying Sunday, but Tuesday night to be here with you. Happy to be here. I am by day middle school principal, and by evenings and weekends, owner of Creative Living Ideas, and author of 9 different books, including Raising the Well-Adjusted Child, a Parent's Manual, and some self-care journals. I host a live event for parents on Mondays at 5 p.m. Central Time, where I bring on experts and people to meet. But I also host these amazing sessions with Damien called the 2350 Effect, as well as the Virtual Wellness Experience, the Work-Life Balance Summit, and the 2350 Network. So we have so many great things that we get to collaborate on together and be a part of. And we are delighted that you are with us tonight. So thank you so much to our people that are already here in the audience. We have Felipe Cofino. Thank you for joining us. Jackie Hallberg, Leslie Flowers. So good to see you all. Last night we had on Felipe and Jackie. And if you didn't catch that episode, go back and watch it. It was like sitting around with some friends, just having a good time. And welcome, Lisa Fevick. Thank you for joining us as well. She has been a presenter for us in the past, and we really appreciate her support also. And tonight we have a new guest for you guys to meet.
Hi.
Yes. Hi. I'm sorry. I didn't know if you were ready for me to give Heather an introduction, but we have Heather with us. She is joining us. She is a licensed specialist of clinical social work in Kansas and a licensed clinical social worker in the state of Missouri. She has a master's degree of social work from the University of Kansas and over 18 years of providing mental health services in the Kansas City metro. So she also has experience in providing in-home mental health case management and crisis management to at-risk youth and their families. I didn't even know that was a thing.
It is.
Like when I read that is like such a cool thing. Let me tell you some more things about her. That's super cool. So she provides therapy to people in residential treatment facilities, to adolescents and their families after discharge from residential treatment, facilitated self-esteem groups to adolescents experiencing violence and poverty, and therapy services with young children who have experienced violence in their lives. Man, the world needs somebody like you.
Thank you.
Wow. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. Will you introduce yourself with anything else that you would like to add other than your professional bio?
Yeah. I am just a girl who grew up in a very small town in the Midwest, the good old Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
I now live in a slightly bigger town but definitely not a giant bustling metropolis. I love doing public speaking, which is kind of funny, but I love working with groups of people. I love just working with kids, with older folks. I actually have written a children's book. It's called The Brave Kitten. It's on Amazon, and it's about a kitten who is afraid and thinks that, I don't know, they're kind of embarrassed. And they find out that it is not just them who gets scared. So sorry, I spoiled the book, spoiled the ending. But I do think that people can identify with everybody has feelings.
Yeah.
I've also been married for a very long time. Sometimes I think maybe too long. I have 3 beautiful children and a dog who I absolutely love, but since he's like up to my waist and doesn't like to listen all the time, sometimes I get to go for a ride.
I love that. I love that. Well, that is amazing things that you have done professionally and personally. So we're happy to have you join us. So those of you that have been with us for the last 3 years, Heather's new to our program, new to our event that we have, and so we're so happy to have you. I mean, we love getting to know new people and branching out and sharing the things that you guys have to offer with everybody else. So, yeah.
Nice. Thank you so much for sharing that, Heather, and thanks those people out there. Linda, thank you for joining us as well, and Lisa again. And we always start with a right. Yes, it is laugh, it is call, and it's text. Laugh, call, text is that thing in the last 7 days that made you either laugh out loud, call somebody, or text somebody. Yes, it's people actually still call people on the phone and speak to them. You know, FaceTime does not count as a regular call. That counts as FaceTime or Google Meets. Those are different things. All right. So, Dr. Farron, what is your laugh, call, text of the week? You probably you had 2 already, so it might be your laugh, call, text of the day. You know, it's kind of different.
Yeah. Well, I actually have kind of a funny laugh. So, you know, Damien, I'm in the Midwest as well, Heather. And so Damien came out to visit. Jackie joined us to the Midwest. So being a New Yorker, you know, he got to be privy to the state of Missouri. We lots of little animals, squirrels and things like that around. Well, anyhow, in our driveway, I kind of live out in the country, and in our driveway, this squirrel just kept like crawling underneath my husband's truck. And I swear he looked like he was changing his oil. I mean, it could have been a children's book, a character, and we're sitting in the kitchen. I said, I think the squirrel's changing your oil. He's like, I think he's putting nuts in my engine. Like, we didn't know what the squirrel was doing, but he was on his hind legs fiddling with something underneath there. I said, I don't know, maybe tuning up the muffler. I don't know, but we had a really good laugh just watching the squirrel in the backyard. I don't know. That's a very old person comment, but it was hilarious. It was one of those you had to kind of be there, you know?
Nice. That is definitely a good one. The squirrels put nuts in your car. Oh. Does that cover insurance? You know?
You know what? I will tell you, my husband actually had rabbits one winter chew the wires, and it is covered under insurance. It is like an act of nature. Yes. He went out and started his truck, and it didn't work. So I thought he'd be kind of nervous about the squirrel up in the business of his truck.
Wow. How about you, Heather? What's your laugh, call, text?
I actually had a few of them this week. We had some really big wins at our house. As I have mentioned, I have 3 kids, so we're wrapping up basketball season. We're starting soccer. I had my 2 boys got their first degree black belt in Taekwondo. So I have just been a proud mom over here. The other thing is I was going to a basketball game and I had my blinker on. I was waiting for the truck to pull out and someone else pulled in while they were pulling out. And I could have gotten really angry. I could have been confrontational. What I did instead was I found a different parking place, and then I watched the clip from Fried Green Tomatoes where she is in the parking lot and that girl says we're younger and faster. I believe I could be paraphrasing or getting the word somewhat right. And she says, I may be older, but I have better insurance. I laughed and I sent that out to some people that I thought would also appreciate it.
That's funny. That is funny. I like that. That's cute.
Nice.
How about you? And congratulations to your kids. That's
Yes, congrats.
to you.
And those people out there dropping your laugh call text of the other week. For me, I told people I don't like listening to music on my way to and from work. So I listen to like a sports radio or podcast or whatever. And on there they were they were debating about basketball and prediction. And the host started going in a circle, like spinning his chair in a circle, calling it a full circle moment. That was my laugh call text, that somebody would like just be that, like a grown adult just taking a spin in the debate show and spinning around in the chair, calling it a full circle moment. So
that's funny. That is funny.
Yeah.
And
kind of when when y'all both were talking about the car thing, and you were talking about the car, what popped in my head was I worked in Brooklyn. This had to be about 12 years ago. And I parked across the street from the LIU, the university. And the building I worked at was like right across the street from it. So I parked across and it was like heavy winds. And I ended up moving my car over to the side of the building. Needless to say, it felt like 5 minutes later. It had to be like 20 minutes later. A tree fell on the spot where the person parked where I was, and I left.
Wow.
So had I did not move my car, the tree would have fell on my car. So that insurance, and I think about natural.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
Will you pop Leslie's comment up there? And I also want to say hello to Meryl. Thank you, Meryl, for joining us tonight. Yes, Leslie. So we did in the 2350 network just finish watching Who Moved My Cheese. So thank you. Yes, maybe that little rodent under my husband's truck was looking for Cheese Station E. I like that. That was cute.
Hey, Christy.
Hey, Christy. Thanks for joining us. I love this. All right. So just to let you all know, we also said Dr. Rowe was going to be on here. She could not make it tonight. So we do apologize for that. And we will miss her. She is a great energy. She's a super great lady. She's got a lot going on. So if you want to join us for the virtual wellness experience, you'll get to see her amazing presentation. So check that out also. We'll get you some more information on that as well.
Thank you.
I know, Meryl. We kind of bring this out in him. You know what I mean? We really kind of draw it out. He's the production man, Meryl, behind the scenes.
I am smiling all the time. Like how you do those icebreaker conversations, and you were like something that people wouldn't know about you without looking at you. I am happy all the time.
He is happy all the time.
Yeah.
I will, every time I've ever talked to him, he is always happy. I would agree.
I used to always explain it when I was younger as I'm in deep thought. Like so many things cross my head and my mind, and I think about it. It's just a deep thought. And then I also go with, I used to go when I'm a New Yorker, but that's not an excuse. So, all right. Dr. Fan, you want to take the first question?
Yeah. So I want to just jump into a little bit of, I don't want to go into your topic just yet. So we'll go into that in a minute, but let's talk about, do you prefer, and we're going to really, Heather, all eyes are on you because you're the only one here. So we get to learn everything about you. So we're so excited about that. So do you prefer to get a phone call, a text message or a FaceTime from somebody? What is your preference?
Okay. So it really depends on the person and the time of day.
Okay.
Because if it is during the day, I'm seeing clients and I'm not going to say, I'm sorry for this painful event. I need to take this phone call.
Yeah.
So during the day, I prefer to get text messages because I can check them between sessions and I can respond. If it is after work hours, I love getting phone calls. I love connecting with people. I have friends who once a month we will all meet on Zoom. We'll all cook dinner at our own house and we'll meet. We actually changed to WhatsApp, but we'll all eat and just catch up. And so it really depends on time of day and what we're doing.
That is very cool. I like that. That's nice. Nice. Damien, how about you?
Yes, call me. If you really want to talk to me, you really want to communicate with me, call me. I want to get the energy. I want to gauge what you're saying on the phone. I don't want to get the text message that's open for interpretation. My hands are kind of big. I don't want you, and I'm empathetic. I don't want you to accidentally write the wrong thing. And I'm like, what did you mean by that? If you call me, I'll definitely understand and whatnot. I know Lauren Sermon always used to talk about how she used to, her hands would like swipe through and then she would like press like by mistake because she's just trying to scroll through.
Sure.
What might be happening with you? Call me.
I need to, I never call Damien. I always text him. So
Yes.
I really probably need to.
And I feel bad when I respond 6 hours later sometimes.
Listen, it's more because I need to get it off my brain so I don't forget it. That's what the 6:30 in the morning texts are. I'm a 6:30 a.m. worker, so I'm getting up and getting that stuff done. You know what I mean? I love that. So, for me, I love a good FaceTime. Like I want to see my granddogs. I want to see my kids. Notice who came first. So imagine the grandchildren actually come. They're going to really come first. But I want to see them. And a lot of times I text them. I'm like, let me see the dogs. And they're like, you don't want to say hi to me? I'm like, well, I'll say hi to you in a minute, but let me see the dogs. Let me say hi to them. Or, we'll share. I have 2 daughters, Heather. And so we'll like, what are you wearing today? Well, let's FaceTime. What about this shirt? What about that shirt?
Oh,
And we like doing it. Yeah. We like FaceTiming, and we have just us girls. Sometimes my 2 daughters and myself will just FaceTime, or we'll pull my mom into it, and it's always so fun. Always so fun.
I'm good with a good FaceTime with boundaries. That individual who's walking in the street and it's just, it's just like loud going out. And I'm like, hey, there's AirPods and where's a phone booth when you need one?
Where is the phone booth? Oh my gosh. That could be a question. Something about a phone booth sometime down the road.
The answer is obviously Doctor Who.
Yes.
The TARDIS. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I want to show you guys the cutest picture. This is a picture of my granddog while I was FaceTiming her, and I told my daughter, put the phone on the ground, let me call her to me. And so this is her coming into the kitchen like, wait a minute, who's that voice? And her coming in. And of course I took all these pictures because is she not the cutest little granddog? I'm telling you, FaceTime is too fun.
All right. So, Heather, this is your first time joining us with the Virtual Wellness Experience.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us. What made you want to be a part and decide to be a presenter for the Virtual Wellness Experience?
So my co-presenter, Erica, and I used to work together. We were colleagues at a company, and we have known each other for over a decade at this point. And she had said, hey, I'm thinking about doing this thing. What do you think about doing it? And I love public speaking. I have done a lot of presentations on mindfulness. I've done some HR trainings. I've done a whole bunch of stuff, EAP stuff. And so I just said, yes, I'm in. I am very passionate about wellness in general. And so I love all aspects of wellness. And so, she asked, and absolutely, I am honored to be here.
Yeah. We're so excited.
Nice. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Farron, what made you do a presentation? Because you could have not did a presentation. What's your spirit that made you want to present?
Right. And so back to like the very beginnings of 3 years ago, I was meeting so many amazing people and I was learning so many things. I was bringing all of my resources together. I was utilizing tools for myself. I was reflecting. I was doing all sorts of things that I was learning from other people. And I felt like I was doing a disservice if I didn't provide this platform and the space for other people, to be able to learn from them. I mean, here I am, a 50-year-old woman at the time, 50-year-old woman trying to navigate life and grow and just be able to function in a different manner, with less stress and more appreciation and gratitude. And so anyhow, I feel like I still have a lot of things that I've learned that I want to share with people. And so, I think it's important to do that. How about you, Damien? We were just, those of you who you missed the behind the scenes, we should record behind the scenes sometime and we could do a whole outtakes. But, I was just expressing my gratitude to Damien for still being with me after 3 years of doing this, the amount of time that he takes behind the scenes to get these things together for us, to have them ready, to be on these shows. I mean, I'm so grateful for his support. So other than me twisting your arm, Damien, what made you decide?
So I'll go with the present moment. What made me decide to present this time for the virtual wellness experience, and I know you and myself are doing a collaboration one, is that the topic that I wanted to talk about, I'm so really invested in because it's a real big topic to have a conversation around. And I think it's kind of a lost art, and I think it's a missing component that when you're talking about wellness, it starts with the self and then also understanding the components around you. So the energy around you in the space. So you can go to creativelivingIdeas.com to the page and you can actually see what the topic I'm talking about and also what Heather's talking about. But the great part about it is we will be showing it in a little while. So you will be able to see what topic it is. So
yeah.
With that said, here's this page.
Yeah. So if you want some information about the virtual wellness experience, you can go to Creative Living Ideas website and click on the virtual wellness experience here. We've got some information here where you can click here for tickets, a little description about it, some pricing. You can purchase a 2-day ticket for $175, a 1-day ticket for $100. You missed the early bird pricing for 2 days. Guys, next time, catch us on this. We've got the Work-Life Balance Summit coming up in October. Those tickets will be available. Catch that $75 for 2 days. We also have an amazing sponsor. Leslie Flowers is our gold level sponsor for the virtual wellness experience. Greatly appreciate her, and some testimonials from some people who have attended this in the past, the things that they've had to say about it. Now, once you click on this to purchase tickets, it takes you to the page where you can go in and purchase the tickets, but you can also scroll up and you can see more about the sessions that are here, as well as the speakers that are presenting with us today. So then you can see down here is Heather, and this is her presenting buddy, Erica, who could not join us tonight, but she will be at the event. And I've presented with Erica many times on my Parent to Parent show and other things. And so she's just a wealth of knowledge and a great, great person. Is there anything you want to say about Erica to introduce your buddy? Anything else about her that you want to share?
She is a phenomenal clinician. I mean, I don't know as if I know anybody who is smarter and who can look at things and figure them out and just be ready to go with it.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. I've really enjoyed my time with her as well. But this is all of the presenters that are here. You can kind of see also, I can join the lobby just for the fact, once you do get your event and you come into the session, it looks like this. And so you can see all of the speakers. And once you purchased your ticket, you'll be able to go in this way and you can click on their profiles. You can watch Felipe's YouTube videos and check out his channel and subscribe to that. You can go to Martha's YouTube channel, her LinkedIn page, my LinkedIn page. I should probably add my YouTube channel to it. You can click on them and you can find out the information about them. You can see what sessions they're doing. This is Felipe's. He's got his bio in here. So we want you to click around with that. Now the sessions, we start off the day with an 8:30 meet and greet Central Time, a meet and greet. We want people to come in and we just get to know each other. We're going to talk a little bit, make sure everybody can get in the platform, understand how to get to each session. What do they need to do? And then we start our sessions. Felipe kicks us off at 9 a.m. With networking and social media. Damien, are you okay if I go through this now or do you want me to wait?
You could go ahead.
Okay. Felipe is going to do social networking and social media. Dr. Hutchins is going to talk about Mosaic Family. Lee Forrester, they're coming. Lee and Dr. Hutchins are coming later this week. Lee is talking about your voice, direction, choice. And then we've got some vendors. We've got Jackie Hallberg as a vendor and Mel Vandevort as a vendor. And we have some social time for you. So come hang out with us, visit, socialize, network. It's amazing. And then we've got Erica and Heather in the afternoon of Who Helps the Helpers. And then we have Leslie Flowers with How to Rewire Your Brain for Wealth, Health, and Happiness. And then this session is not open. I've got to change the flat of it, but Damien and I are going to fill this session together. We've presented in the past together and it's always fun for us to do it, but we're going to do nurturing others and sustaining yourself. And so that is one that we're going to do. And then Damien's is the power wellness, the power of self-reflection. Then on Saturday, we get back together at 8:30. We do our meet and greet because we have different people that come on Saturday and then come on Friday. So join us for both days if you can. Then Dr. Mel kicks us off with whole body wellness, restoring balance from the inside out. Dr. Claire Jacobs is talking about burnout proof your brain. Dr. Rowe, who was supposed to be here tonight, is going to talk about strong mind, strong leader. Then we've got time in the afternoon for our vendor spotlight and socialization time. And then we have healthy relationships and increasing intimacy with Jackie Hallberg, as well as Carlise Austin, the importance of shadow work. And then Martha Lobos Abaya is talking about my breakdown became my breakthrough. And then I'm talking about better together, practical steps into finding your social circle. Whew, that was a lot.
Yes, it definitely was a lot. My topic does have another part to it. It's the power of self-reflection, reading the room. When we're talking about wellness, we don't self-reflect a lot of time, and that self-reflection component, you can be obsessive and get to the point where you're consuming yourself or putting yourself in a space of worry. But also reading the room is also a lost art when you get in the space and place and knowing when and where. Speaking of when and where and reading the room, I do want to shift gears to have a conversation around, as adults, we change. It's a maturation period with us. And as kids, there are certain things where we don't like. As a kid, my grandmother cooked okra. She was a very good cook. I didn't like okra as a kid. Now, as an adult, kale as well. I didn't like that. But now as an adult, I appreciate and I actually like kale. What is that food as a kid that you didn't like or didn't appreciate, but now as an adult, you're like, that is actually good, or I have a different respect and admiration for that food?
Heather, do you have one?
I have a lot of them. I was a very picky eater when I was a kid. I had like 4 safe foods. Like I was a nightmare in terms of food growing up, and I know that. I was fortunate enough to take a trip overseas. I was an exchange student and my junior year of high school, and the food where I was not appealing to me. It was not anything that I would have eaten had I had other options available to me. And on day 3 of not finding anything to eat, I just ate everything. And so I have continued that, where if somebody says, hey, do you want to try this thing? Absolutely.
Wow.
So there are tons of food that I hated as a kid. I may have tried once, and now I eat consistently and regularly.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. You were
How about
just,
you?
you're just brave. Wow. Well,
Adventurous eater.
yeah, adventurous. Like, yeah, I'll try that. I mean, there's some things I will and some things I'm like, I'm not trying that. But I'm telling you, I was the same. Blueberries, never liked them. Broccoli, no. You know, those were two that I just did not ever really like or care for. But now I love them as an adult. You know, I'll eat blueberries out of the container. I'll throw them in my smoothie. I have to have broccoli at least once a week, you know, maybe twice. You know, sometimes I have it every day for lunch. So yeah, really interesting how that, and I will tell you, it was interesting. I had Lisa Fevick on the show the other day, and she was talking about that as kids, our taste buds are more sensitive. And so that's why because she's a registered dietitian, she was sharing that our taste buds are a little more sensitive, or a lot more sensitive than adults are. And so there's a lot of aversion to foods because of that reason. I didn't know that. So much I learned. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Christy. She'll eat kale and fresh spinach now. I agree. Yes, I agree. And Annie, thank you. You didn't like sprouts as a kid, but happily eat them. Yes. Oh, you still struggle with dark chocolate. Now, Annie, that's a good point, because I didn't like dark chocolate as a child either.
I don't like it as an adult. I don't like it as an adult, a kid. I don't like it as a teenager, a first grader. I don't like dark chocolate. No. It has a bad aftertaste.
It's bitter. It's bitter, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Heather, how about you? Do you like dark chocolate?
No, definitely not. My husband likes the darkest of the dark chocolate. Like, if he is going to get any chocolate for anything, we need to find the darkest chocolate we can find.
I think I like it because it's supposedly, you know, it's got good antioxidants, and it's just a good excuse for me to eat it.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, as far as okra goes, I know a lot of people love fried okra. I'm not a fan. I love like freshly picked okra or pickled okra.
Oh, I like okra. I always liked it as a kid too. Yeah. Yeah. So aside from our food talks, which we usually have regularly, what is your favorite wellness activity, Heather? What do you like to do for wellness?
Yeah. So I love being outside. Today it was beautiful, sunny, 84, and I got to walk for a bit. I love walking. I love connecting with people. That's why I do the monthly Zoom with my friends. If I'm on my own, like, honestly, I just want the quiet and a book. So
yeah,
I have lots of wellness activities that I like.
I know I have the same problem too. I have the same problem. Damien, what's your wellness activity you're picking tonight? We get to pick multiple, because every night we get to pick something else.
Any particular book right now?
Myself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody had recommended a series by Susanna Carsley, I think. I'll have to look that up. It's actually really pretty good.
Nice.
I don't know that author.
Yeah, let me check, because I...
Okay.
Heather's giving out book recommendations. That's nice.
Man, if you want to sit and talk, we can do that, because I love reading.
Nice. We gotta get you to book club one day.
Yeah.
I think right now, a favorite wellness activity. I found joy in a podcast. You know, some podcasts about sports. You know, it kind of gets me centered and thinking. You know, there's a lot of parallels with like people, personality, behavior. So it's kind of fun and engaging. Right now, wellness activities, listen to sports talk radio.
So it kind of takes your mind off of things, right? You know, makes you think of other things, makes you laugh, like the guy spinning in the chair, right?
Yeah, and it also gives me that perspective of, because a lot of sports radio podcasts is about debating. It's about, you know, listening to somebody else's perspective without losing your emotional intelligence.
Mhm.
So I look at it from that perspective.
Yeah,
How would I best respond appropriately?
absolutely. Absolutely. I would say, one of my favorite wellness activities is going to our lake house or going to the beach. Those are two places that are really healing for me, very freeing to be around the water. And to see it and to just look at it. Like, I cannot read a book at the beach because it's just too distracting for me. Literally, the ocean is mesmerizing for me. And like I said, very healing. I love to, just kind of send my worries, my thoughts out to sea. And that's kind of how I look at that back and forth. And it's just so nice. So nice.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So our next question is this, Heather. I'm going to kind of switch this up and give you some options because I already know what the answer might be, I think.
Mhm.
So I'm going to switch this up a little bit. All right. If you can only pick one of these, which one would it be and what would it be?
Okay.
You can either pick a really good book, a really good album, or a really good television show or movie where you get the whole series, but you can only pick one of those three and you have nothing else at all.
Okay, question about the television show, movie, or series. Do I get to watch it without interruptions? Because it
no
took
interruptions. You can binge watch it. You get the box series. You also get the stream. You get it on your phone. You get it on your tablet and but that's all. You don't get no books no more. There's no more music.
Forever?
Nothing forever.
Books.
And what show would it be or movie? Or what book would it be?
Yeah.
Or what album would it be?
So I picked books. And I just finished watching Wicked for Good, and it took me 2 weeks to watch because I got to watch it in like 20-minute increments. And then it's like, the dog needs something or somebody needs something. Definitely books.
Okay.
So those of you in the audience, please answer which one you would like to have for the rest of your life. It sounds like a good TV show, a book, or a great album. I'm kind of torn. I mean, I know what I said last night, but I'm thinking I was going to go with an album, but when you said the rest of your life, ooh, do I want to listen to the same sound over and over? I don't know that I could. So I'm going with movie.
Movie? What movie?
So my favorite movie of all time is Hope Floats.
Oh.
Okay.
My favorite quote comes from that. I'll use that as my quote. Oh, we're not doing quotes. I'll tell you my quote from that. That's my favorite. So beginnings are scary. Endings are sad. It's the middle where it counts. Just let hope float up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Christy, music, what would it be, Christy? Let us know if you can.
Christy, I almost picked
Linda,
music. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Jay-Z, the Black Album. Linda, what music? Come on.
I like it.
Right. You want to know what mine's
Yes,
is?
we do. We're dying. We're on that.
Guess what it is.
TV series, the Chicago ones.
Okay, TV series is correct, and it's not the Chicago ones. All right. And when I tell you, I'm like,
is it Sports Center?
Yeah, is it Sports?
No, there's no box series for Sports Center. I'm not getting them.
Oh, okay.
Unless it's 30 for 30, but no.
Yeah, 30 for 30.
Linda, what is yours? Come on, Linda. We want to know yours before I answer mine because mine is a good one. And when I say it, people are going to be like, oh, yeah, that is a good one. And they're going to be like, oh, I didn't think
is
of
it
that.
a current show or is it one from when we were kids?
I don't know. It's a very good one.
Well,
I'll give you one more guess and then I'll go. And I'll give you the channel, NBC.
ER.
Yes.
Which one?
ER.
Oh.
Very long.
Nice job.
Has so much going on in it. ER. I already have the box series. I'm good. It is definitely one of my favorite shows of all time.
I do have to say,
Very nice.
Noah Wiley is probably one of my favorite actors. He was so good in that series, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He was so good.
because
And
it's
the
so
kid.
long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be able to watch it over and over and over and over again and see new things and new things. It is going to definitely keep my brain stimulated.
Yep.
Good
Well.
guess. See, I gotta pick you for charades. That's what we're gonna do. Wow, 2350 day. We gotta do charades on the social night.
Grey's
I'm
Anatomy.
picking you.
Another good one.
That's
Grey's
definitely a good one.
Mm-hmm.
All
Mm-hmm.
right.
So I want to know, I'm going to go back to wellness for a minute. I want to know, Heather, what does wellness mean to you? You talked about this a little bit at the very beginning when you introduced yourself. You were talking about how important wellness was, but what does wellness mean to you when you hear the word wellness?
Absolutely. So wellness is kind of like getting a tune-up for your car. There are different areas for it. There's physical wellness, mental well-being, there's spiritual, there's, social, environmental. There are so many things. And so when I think of wellness, I think of something that encompasses each of those areas. So it doesn't have to be one, solution to fit everything, but more so like mindfulness can help you significantly with your mental health.
Yeah.
Taking a walk can be mindful. You can practice it at the same time. There are also different things you can do to make it more intense and to help with your emotions and your central nervous system to help you calm down. So I think of just different areas that we can intervene to help make our life better.
Yeah.
In whatever way you take the word better to mean in that situation.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I love you using the analogy of it's like taking your car to get a tune-up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love that as well. Like you really like broke down wellness. Like
Yeah.
the components and spaces of it, like walking, you centering yourself, being like there's so many components to wellness. And even like us building this out, when we talked about wellness, like people, like I think we said it yesterday or the day before, people are talking about wellness, they automatically think about, there's food wellness or you're going to the gym. And then there's so many components to like centering yourself, taking those walks. Like thinking about nothing is a wellness technique. And like you can get that by going outside and just walking because so many things are going on. So I love that you said that.
I do too. How about you for you, Damien? When you think about wellness?
I think it starts with you yourself. Are you at peace with yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Are you centered with yourself? Are you one with yourself? Are you having those? I always talk about having those meetings with yourself. The level of self-reflection. Are you figuring out what kind of works like food-wise for your body? Your breathing, your sleeping habits. These are things that I always think about. Like I don't eat pork, beef, or chicken anymore. So those things are like changing the shifts. My sleep habits, 3, 4, 5, having 3, 4, 5 hours sleep. I'm getting 8, 7, 9, 10 hours sleep, and I feel so much better. I feel lighter. I feel more energized. My breathing and everything is better. And then in those things and how been relational, like being back home, and being able to see family, like relationships as wellness as well, and also being at peace with yourself is also important, and also financial wellness. Are you stressed about money? Because those things play a part. Having all those 5 components in place are so important. Having that physical health, those mental health, wellness, your financial wellness, your relational wellness, and that wellness with relationship with yourself.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I do. I think that's amazing. And, and I will have to say, it's probably 10 years ago, I really never thought about what wellness meant to me. So those of you in the audience, I'd love to hear, what does wellness mean to you? So drop that in. Thank you guys so much for already the participation that you've done. But what does wellness mean to you? And I think I thought more like your health physically, like, can you move and are you sick? And that's probably like where I originally thought about it. But then as I've learned so much from so many people, like Damien named all of the ways as we brainstormed when we created this event, all of the ways we were looking for speakers were all of those realms that he was talking about. And really adding to what you said, Heather, there are times when, your financial wellness might be amazing. And then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, I need to relook at this. Hold on a minute. This is causing me some stress. What do I need to change, do differently? Or your physical wellness is not so good. And you have to take a look at that and say, oh, I'm doing really good in this area now, but I've forgotten about this area. And so I think it's just bringing awareness to the areas of your life where you need improvement. Did all of a sudden a relationship kind of go sour? And then you think, well, how can I repair that? Or do I want to repair that? And so I think really looking at wellness in a total picture is new for a lot of people. And people that come to us learn so much about what does wellness really mean. So yeah, thank you.
So, Heather, I have a question for you and also Dr. Farron, and it's going to be for myself. So, we don't get to our career goals and where we're at without help and support.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, younger you was thinking about, okay, because it happens to all of us. We think about, this is our career path. How did we get there? What do we want it to look like? Who kind of guided you or poured into you to get you to where you're at in your career?
Oh boy. Okay. So,
And it can be multiple people.
yeah, I was going to say I entered this career because unfortunately, when I was a teenager, I had a really bad experience with multiple therapists over and over. Right. I just had something very difficult happen in my life. And we went to see therapist after therapist. And I just remember thinking, man, these people don't get it. They don't understand. And so that's kind of what made me go this way, right? Like all of the women in my family are teachers. And that's like going back, right? And so that kind of changed my trajectory. And then after I got my undergraduate degree, I was doing community mental health and I became friends with a therapist, social worker. And I told her one day I wanted to do private practice. And she said, do social work. And here's why. And she mentored me and I was accepted to grad school and it was just amazing. So I still talk to her. She's phenomenal.
Nice. I love that. And I think when we talk about like our careers and where we're going, we kind of, we don't spend enough time like talking about those people who brought us here along the way and kind of support us and kind of help us turn the corner. So I love that you have that and you shared that. And people need to hear more of that. So thank you for sharing. How about you, Dr. Ferry?
Yeah, Heather, my answer is very similar in that sense of it. I remember I didn't know I wanted to be a teacher right away, and I told this story the other night. I didn't finish college right out of being 18. I stopped, got married, then went back to school. And my reason for choosing the profession of a teacher, I kind of wanted to be a lawyer. And then I was like, but I really had so many teachers. I had so few good teachers that impacted me. And I shouldn't say good, teachers that impacted me. I'm sure there were many that were good. They just didn't impact me. And I remember a few, right? Mrs. Earhart, my 6th grade teacher. I'll never forget her, the time that she took with me. I've told this story to many of my staff members. She kept me in for recess to teach me how to diagram sentences. No one does that anymore, but I had to know. I needed to know, and I loved it. And I ended up, minoring in English and writing books because I loved English. I never took it as a penalty. I took it as she took time out of her day to spend time with me. When I was in 8th grade, I had the coolest history teacher, Mr. Henry. He came to school in a 3-piece suit every day with a bow tie, and he was just in his passion. He loved what he was doing, and he loved us as kids, and he gave us jobs in 8th grade. He loved us, and you could feel that he did, and so there's just those few teachers that come through your life, and I'm like, I wanted to be that for somebody else. I wanted to be that safe place, that safe room, a place where they could learn. And so I had several, that really impacted me. As well as, my mom was a teacher's aide, and the people that she worked with at the school was really inspiring for me too. And I loved writing on the chalkboard. I mean, it was so fun.
Yes.
Right? How about you, Damien?
I had a lot. So one person that comes to mind is a gentleman by the name of Dan. Dan has since passed on. But he will always talk about the importance of, and I know you're kind of talking about, you're kind of doing the topic, Heather, but you have, thank you looks different, and it sometimes doesn't come with the word thank you.
Mm-hmm.
People depending on you sometimes is their way of saying thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally got that and learned it, because it was like, you know what? Like when you work social services, or you work in a school system, you work in education, human services, it's all about like, you don't have enough. Like you always be like, you don't have enough staff, you don't have enough resources, you have this and that and that. And he kind of recentered me to focus on what are the things that you actually have. Mm-hmm. And what do you have from people who show up and say, you know what, I need your help and support, and they're dependent on you. So focus on the things that you can control. So, and it stuck out to me. And that's when be honest, that's when I kind of, my whole career shifted, and I went into another gear. Because I started focusing on forward thinking instead of backwards thinking.
Very nice. And I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So on a little bit lighter of a note, what is a color or a word that describes you, and why? You can pick either a color or a word that describes you, and why. We have these tough questions, Meet the Presenter Week is so
I know. I was going to say, I think probably either an earthy green or a yellow. I don't know if I am able to pick two.
It's your color. You can pick as many as you want.
So I think earthy green, because I am fairly down to earth. I love being outside. I love doing things outside. So definitely like an earthy green. And then yellow, just because I am able to find the bright side most of the time. And people tend to describe me as a pretty cheerful person.
Oh, I love those two analogies. I think you picked two good colors. Just getting to know you tonight, I think those are two good colors for you. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Nice.
How about you, Damien? Right. Yeah.
I'm going with the purple, like on my name.
Yeah.
It has personal attachment to it for me, so I'll go with purple. And it's also like lavender, purplish. I think it's a good color. You ever seen the cherry blossoms? Like
yes.
And when they turn that purplish color, they're really good. They last really short time, but it's so good. So I'll go with that. And
I like
green
that.
is peaceful.
Yes, it is peaceful. My favorite colors to wear are black and red. but I would say the color that describes me would be like a vibrant blue, because I love to have good energy. Like, I love those days. And to me, like, a vibrant blue has a lot of energy. I love when I feel like that. Like, to me, those are just like my best days when I'm feeling that good. I've had that 7 hours of rest. I've eaten well the day before, I maybe did my exercising, things like that. And I absolutely love that color. And I think but also, I'm also told by many people, probably why I like being around children, is I have like a calming sense around children. Children and dogs kind of gravitate to me. Yeah, I could go to lunch with someone who brings their child. The child will crawl in my lap. That is just how it has always been for me, and I think blue is calming in that. So that would be my color and reason why. I don't know.
Like
Yeah.
that. So Heather, the summit is coming up. It's coming up on March 20th and 21st. That is 2 weeks from here.
Next week.
Next week.
Next week.
So with that said, what is your topic? Without giving it away, explain what your topic is and why people should come to your workshop.
Yeah. So our topic is who helps the helpers, the cost of caring. So really we are kind of going through, man, how do I explain this without giving it away? I think burnout and caring and not doing enough to take care of yourself.
Yes. I love that. That's going to be good. I'm excited about seeing that. Excited about that.
Thank you.
Mine is Better Together. And I'm going to talk about practical steps to finding your social circle. So we often talk about children needing socialization or children needing to find their social circle, but we as adults, we also have to find our social circles. And so I'll be talking to you about that. So make sure that you are tuning in for that. Now, as Damien had said before, and you can kind of take me off of this part, but as Damien had said before yesterday, we're not doing these live. Like, they're only on Zoom events and they're only recorded and saved for the people that have purchased tickets to it. So if you're interested in any of these, reach out to myself or Damien and we can get you tickets to the event or show you how to get tickets to the event so that you can join us. Damien, tell them about your topic a little bit again.
And you can get your tickets at creativelivingideas.com, which is below on the screen.
Correct.
The link. My topic is, without giving it away, you kind of have to always start with yourself, and then you have to check the energy around you. So start with yourself and check the energy around you. And you get more information about what my topic is, because I am going to put the link in the chat at visitingcreativelivingideas.com, the virtual wellness experience, and getting your tickets for a one-day $100 or $175 ticket. So thank you so much. All right. Okay. That is definitely a quick hour.
Oh my gosh, it flew by. Thank you so much, Heather, for joining us tonight and being here. I've loved getting to know you. Absolutely loved it.
You too.
Thank you for having me. I was so honored and glad to be here.
Yeah.
But Heather, we're not done. We have one more question.
Okay, I'm ready.
In honor of International Women's Day and Women's Appreciation Month, it's a whole month, we want to know, who is that female woman that kind of inspired you, that you want to kind of highlight?
Definitely my mom. My mom was phenomenal. She really was. We lost her during COVID, which was incredibly difficult. But she shaped me and changed me in ways that, she raised me, right? So yeah, she was pretty amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear about that, but I'm
Yeah,
glad you
sorry.
have a great support from what from your mother. That's amazing.
I was also going to say, my daughter as well, right? Like I grew up in a very, very small town. I was a tomboy. I could climb trees. I could pitch baseballs better than most of the boys. Like
Yeah.
I had a lot of things that were definitely tomboyish. And my daughter was born, and she is a girly girl, very girly girl. I have no idea where it came from.
Isn't it funny? I know.
It is. So she's like teaching me about fashion. And she's like, Mom, here's something I want you to do with my hair. I'm like, I got to step up my game.
I love that. I love that. Yeah.
You have Dr. Phil.
I would say my daughters definitely, they inspire me. They, I love watching them grow and, turn into the amazing adults that they are. What else I tell people often, I love their sense of style. Like you were saying, Heather, both of my daughters have their own houses and they're decorated completely different and nothing like my house. So all three of us have our own styles. And I love seeing that. Like, I love that individuality of them. So I think they're just pretty nice humans and I'm really proud of them. And they inspire me. Absolutely. How about you, Damien?
Nice. My theme is I'm gonna stay in the professional realm of people. Obviously is my mom, my grandmother, Christina. So many people who poured into me. Those people are automatically obvious. I'm gonna go with I think my best supervisor I've ever had. Her name is Karen. She poured into me. She supported me, taught me through so many things in the field and learning so many things, opened me up, exposed me to so many things. And she also was always the voice of reason and a person who could give honest criticism, feedback, and direction and development. So I appreciate her for all she has done in my career. And I consider her really a real good, close friend to this day.
Love that. That's awesome.
Thank you. You want to do the wind down?
Sure.
We're coming?
Sure. Yeah. Thanks everybody for joining us tonight. We will be back tomorrow night, same time, same channel, and join us for day 4 of Meet the Presenters for the virtual wellness experience. Thanks everybody for joining us tonight. Thank you, Heather, for being here. Thank you, Damien, for all the behind the scenes. We're excited.
All right.
Great night.
Have a great, and watch the reel. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.